I'd like to call upon Sally's subconscious, please.
We're here.
Thank you so much. Are we able to do a body scan and see what's happening to her body?
Yes, she's doing well. She is relaxed.
Fantastic. Are you able to balance and energize and heal her body if she needs any healing?
Yes, we can do that now.
Oh, thank you. Is there any healing that needs to take place for that body?
We just sense a slight soreness on the lower back. She can drink more water. She'll feel better.
What is happening there? What is the message that her body is trying to tell her with that back discomfort?
Drink more water. She runs and can feel dehydrated. So we just ask that she just drinks more before and after.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Are you able to remove the discomfort now from the lower back, knowing that she has heard this and she will apply the information and drink more water? And if it starts hurting again, she will know the same message applies.
We are helping now with that.
Fantastic. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much for that subconscious. We have quite a few questions and we were hoping you could help us today. We were wondering, because Sally and I both have watched the same video and we just discussed it now prior to calling you upon subconscious. We want to know about La Palma, Canary Island. What is going to be happening there? Do you see the Canary Island breaking apart? We're curious about the East Coast, and will that be affected or impacted if that actually can occur?
We do not want to answer this question right now.
Okay, thank you. We understand. Will everything that needs to happen be the most appropriate for all?
Yes. We want everyone to be in higher vibrations. We do not wish to discuss possibilities at this time for that.
Okay. We understand. And thank you. We know that it is lowering people's vibrations as they are in fear of this being a potential situation. You know that the people who listen to these sessions have a form of acceptance of what needs to be occurring and taking place, and any of those exit points were predetermined and
we understand. At this time, we do not see large chunks breaking away.
Okay, thank you. Okay, well, that will help those who are panicking on the East Coast, who think a tsunami will be a result of the volcano activity on the Canary Island.
Yes, we do not see that happening at this time.
Okay, well, that's great. For those people who have projected that or predicted that event, was that potentially on a different timeline?
Yes, it was a potentiality, and it was creating more fear, which we do not wish to add to. So yes, that is true.
Thank you. Could it be accurate to say that the laser event will create enough there for all?
Unfortunately, that has to happen to awaken those who just aren't, they aren't seeing what's going on.
Mm. And it would be, I guess I want to say it would be kinder uh, to for Gaia not to be blamed for those exit points versus man being responsible for what they've done to man. Is that?
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
Mhm. I was trying to formulate it into an actual question. Um, sorry, subconscious. Okay, so the shock of the laser versus the shock of, say, a big tsunami. One's man-made and one is by the planet. Is it purposeful to have us be more in shock of what we've done to each other versus what, say, the planet has done to us?
Yes. 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 That is very accurate. It is very accurate. It'll really shock others who don't realize what man has done to this planet, to each other, to the vulnerable ones. It's very purposeful. Many lessons will be learned this way.
Thank you. Yes. And would one of the lessons be how much people will go to try and cover up lies?
It will expose those who lie to the people. The people don't. Those who are open to bigger information, they are aware, of course. There are many who are aware and awake. However, there are some who just believe everything they see and they don't ask any questions. Those need to know they've been lied to their whole life.
Thank you, subconscious. In terms of those people being lied to, say about the current health scares, are people just not waking up to that? Therefore, it needs to have something else even more beyond that.
Unfortunately, people are so busy with their lives and what they like and what they want to do and the products that they purchase that they don't have the energy sometimes. Like they don't try to look elsewhere for information, so they just turn on whatever's convenient, gather the information quickly over the TV, assume it's correct, believe it's correct, and go on with their life. We can't necessarily blame them 100% because the way things are going with this world, it has become very materialistic. They have been purposely trying to keep people distracted. It's just unfortunate when you give them hints or have people come to them that they choose not to listen.
Well, having to listen means you have to do something. And it's easier just to follow rather than stop and think for yourself. So I think we've seen it enough with our friends and family to understand how easy people can just follow rather than stop and think. So yes, we understand that. Okay, we were wondering if there was any new updates for the laser event.
still up there, hovering. We see it going off. Red, hitting United States. Really digging into the ground, deep, a deep line. And it's gonna have so much impact. It's so much damage. We, we see it. We see it. Yeah, it's gonna be very impactful, very shocking.
Thank you. We are trying to prepare ourselves to support those who are in shock. Do you have any advice that you would like us to say to those friends who are impacted with the shock of this?
Yes. Listen, be there to listen. A lot of the people who will be in shock won't understand what happened, and they're going to need to just talk to somebody. And they are gonna question and ask where it came from. It's going to be so confusing, and it's helpful to listen to them, ask them questions, what they think about it. And when they aren't sure what it could be, whether it's an alien invasion or something else, like almost like they might even think another country did it on purpose to them because they're starting a war. So they won't know where to turn. And it's helpful to remain calm and comfort them as best you can. And if you feel like they want to know where this is coming from, and of course, you all who are hearing, it's a satellite. It would be good, depending on the situation, to discuss. There's other possibilities besides what they're thinking. Start slow, of course.
Thank you. Subconscious, what is their real reactions to it for the majority? The scare of not knowing how and why, or the actual event itself and the impact?
Can you say that again?
Yes. What would be more traumatic for those people who are in shock? The actual results of the event, or trying to understand how and why and what was the cause of it?
It seems like there's going to be shock first, disbelief, confusion, and then knowing where it came from it'll trigger the emotions. It'll trigger crying, just it's almost like when they find out what it came from, it's going to feel worse because they just won't understand how that could happen. It's going to be difficult.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, thank you. Yes, we do understand. So do thank you. Thank you. Thank you. With the getting back, sorry, I forgot to ask about La Palma, the Canary Island. We were told in a session when it goes, when it, I don't know what the extent of it's going to look like. That was time for us to know it was time to evacuate. Is it going to continue on as it is, or will there be bigger events that will happen on that island?
See the volcano getting more violent, spewing, opening more, letting out more lava. Oh, we see it covering everything, running into the ocean. It's going to be huge, huge lava flow, and it'll destroy everything over there. That's when we know it's time to get out.
Oh, okay, because I was going to ask if that was going to be, say, during the old Earth experience, or would we see it before we shifted?
We'll see before we shift. Yes, before that.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Sally wanted to know if your life contract had changed. She was sort of curious about that. What can you let her know?
She was supposed to shift before the laser. Now she will stay and help. She's needed. She's needed, and she was going to shift before, but now she has knowledge and very much more balanced, and she needs to stay here and help those around. She'll be here, yes.
Thank you. Will she experience what we call old Earth?
Yes. When we said that, she always got a bad feeling in her stomach.
And subconscious, that is because she's of service and can help people more profoundly.
Yes. She will help those around her. They need more light in the dark. There will be many light workers who are having their life contracts changed in order to help those on the old earth. It's very much needed, and it'll speed up the process for them so they suffer less. It'll help all.
Well, it's so good that they will be to be able to help all. I kind of get a sense that the light workers aren't able to do as much as they really should be doing. I don't want that to come across as sounding judgy.
It is all purposeful. Those who want to help, and they haven't been able to for many reasons. Some of their life contracts have changed, and they will indeed help in the old earth. And we very much appreciate that service. Very much.
Yes, very significant. So yes, well, that makes me feel so much more happier for those people who are having to and need to experience the old earth. They are in much more capable hands and have got great support teams. So that makes me feel so much more happier for them.
They do.
Thank you so much, subconscious. She was feeling ready now, and you can tell her otherwise. She wants to know if any family members will stay on the old earth.
She didn't want to know before, but now she's at peace with it. We see her dad staying. She almost, she kind of knew. Yeah. She would ask, and his face would pop up. And, she's happy to help him. She kind of knew, but she didn't want to know.
Will this be helpful for her to know that she will be able to help him more profoundly?
Tremendously, tremendously. She and him have a very special bond, and if there was anybody she could help, she'd be beyond happy to help him.
Why do they have a special bond? Have they had another lifetime together?
Yes. Native Americans. They were Native Americans. And in that lifetime, he was her father. And he was very wise and brave. And she looked up to him. And when he passed on, and she gave birth to a boy in that lifetime, his soul entered the boy, her son.
So, so beautiful. Wow. And so in this lifetime, what did they want to learn from each other?
Be brave. You have each other. Nothing can tear you guys apart. Just keep your courage up.
Fantastic. Okay. Wonderful. Okay, well, thank you so much. Is there any other family members that will stay on the old earth? We don't see any at this time, but her dog is going to stay. He wants to help her. Oh, that's nice. And
Mm.
subconscious, just because she's going to spend some time on the old earth, as we know, it doesn't mean she's not going to the new earth. What can you tell her about her arriving on the new earth? And is there anything new you can tell her about the new earth?
She will help her dad connect with his team. He's already asking questions, so it's purposeful. She's going to help him. So it'll be quick. And she just shoots up. You see her shoot up fast, very fast. Goes up. Tunnel cloud. Shoots straight into New Earth. Very quick. And she's there. You look around. There are some people there. Not many, a few. They're waiting for the ships to arrive. Very quick. And then before they know it, the ships are there. And she's so happy.
Subconscious, do you get a sense of what they do while they're waiting for the ships?
It's like they're just exploring. They're looking around in amazement at the trees and the water and the sky. Everything's so clean, bright. It's like they're in a really neat place. And it's just exploring. But there's a sense that they only can go so far. They can't venture off very far. So they're close to the meadow. And there's a meadow. And there's trees on either side. But they can't really go much further than that.
Do you get a sense of why they can't explore much further than that?
I think it's because they're... What is it? I'm not sure why. I think it's... They want to be there when the ships are there. So they don't want to go too far. It's like they want to... they don't want to venture too far for some reason. There's just a lot to see and want to be there for the ships. It's like they walk and they look and then they come back to the meadow. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Thank you so much. And are you giving her visuals this session?
Some.
Okay. Is there any visuals that you are sharing with her about the new earth?
We show her in the meadow and the trees. We don't show her past that right now.
Thank you so much, subconscious. And so can you give her a sense of what it feels like when she is there?
Mm. Mm. You're not giving it to her right now.
Okay, thank you. So, subconscious, we were wondering if you could show her Nibiru, as she's very interested in it and she wants to understand it a bit more. What can you show her?
You're not showing her anything.
Is she not allowed to see it?
Correct. We choose to keep that hidden for now.
Ooh. Are you not showing her or not showing people in general?
We choose not to show people in general right now.
Okay, thank you. If she was going there, would you show her?
Yes, if it's purposeful, but she does not need to see it.
Okay, thank you very much. I mean, and we know the difference between wants and needs. So we we respect the limitations that we do have in these sessions, and we appreciate all the information that we are allowed to get access to. So we are appreciative of that. We were now curious about Sally's other lifetimes, and in particular, if she ever lived in Egypt.
Mm. You're not getting anything.
Did she ever support Egypt in a non-physical body?
We see a cat face. We see a female looking female with a cat face.
Is it a mask or is it actually the face of a female?
It's a cat face, and it's like a human body with a cat face, like a real face, but it's a cat.
And in terms of the role that she played, what can you tell us?
She was like a protector and like a deity that the people would worship. We don't know exactly what she would be called, but we looked up to her and she was considered like a protective force.
So she was in the physical and people could see her being the human body with the cat face.
No, we see her as being worshipped, but she's not physically there, but they can sense her there.
I see. And so she was she protecting them from a different dimension?
Yeah, she wasn't really there physically, but she could see them from where she was, and they couldn't necessarily see her, but they could feel her, and they would like worship her, uh, pray to her, ask for her help.
And in terms of how does one get the body of a human and the face of a cat? Was it because she was from a different planet or something else? Something. Hmm. For some reason, we're saying different planet and something else. In the planet that she came from, is it common for the human bodies and the cat faces?
Yes.
Do you get a sense of the name of that planet?
Hmm. We see Lyria. Lyria.
Okay, fantastic. And so could you say that she was maybe a master guide to those humans that were in Egypt?
Mm-hmm. She was, yes. She was like she wasn't scary. She was more of a protector.
Mm-hmm. Cute. And so did she appear to them in dreams or visions or something like that?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Visions. Yes, they would have visions of her. She would appear to people in their mind's eye. They would pray to her, and that's how they knew she looked that way.
And what was she able to help them with? If they prayed to her, what could she do for them?
She would watch over them as so she could watch over many and as individuals, and help them. We get help them out of like if they were in some kind of trouble, help them like steer away from early exit points. Exit points. Um, yeah, we see her just like helping them, like guiding them away from danger.
In terms of the sort of awareness and vibration of the Egyptians at that time, were they intuitive or something else?
They were very very spiritually minded. Um, they had a close connection with different, I guess you could say, beings. Um, it was not looked as weird to have visions or see these beings. It was accepted and part of their belief system. So they knew that this earth was not just them on it. There was much more layers to it, and they could accept that. And that, yeah, they could accept that there's other beings there to help.
Hmm. Fantastic. Okay. How fascinating. And so does she get a sense of what happened to those in Egypt and what happened to them? What did she notice?
Mm. What happened to them?
Did
Mm.
she stop supporting them, or how did she, in that lifetime where she was supporting the Egyptians?
Mhm.
Um, I want to understand more about which does she, is a fraction of her still supporting the Egyptians, or I want to understand, did she ever stop supporting them or being that being?
Mm. She never stopped being that being. Like, I don't, fraction. We feel that that being is still somewhere in existence. It's not completely gone.
Mhm.
Like, a,
Could we say
fraction.
that it's either like a high dimensional version of her, potentially maybe her higher self or some other?
Yeah. Because we we were seeing her, and she never died. Like never. Yes, she's also never just disappeared. Still, still the same cat face. Um,
Thank you. In
mm,
terms of her life contract or role for the planet, being that protector, um, is she still overseeing the planet?
from a higher dimension, yes.
Lovely. But back in the time of early Egyptian, she was more hands-on. Is that what we need to understand?
Yes,
Mm.
and they called upon her often, so she was very close in uh, that area, even though she was not solid, but she was very close with them.
Mm. Right. Yeah. I think I'm understanding this. It's extraordinary and very fascinating. And so as people got more distracted and stopped calling on her, is that when she sort of could step back a bit and help at a bigger perspective or a bigger dimension?
Hmm. Yes, correct. So when they stopped calling upon her energy, she had no reason to come down. Um, she is up there, higher dimension, still aware.
Mm. Thank you. And how many fragments of her are on this planet at that time? At this time, as we know, we're talking to one fragment soul being um, who is connected to her. How many other humans or beings on this planet is she also connected to?
Hmm. I see four.
And including Sally?
Four total, yes.
Ooh, what are the other ones doing?
Mm, light workers, uh, aware of higher perspectives. Um, hmm, we just see them as like lights, and it's like they just have a higher perspective of life. And we're trying to understand, is she somehow sending them information or not? So it's like the soul sparks, the fragments are, it's like they're never disconnected. So that's why they are open to the higher information, and they like it. They feel her essence, the wisdom, and it's like they're connected. Interesting.
Will all of them go to the new earth?
Yes. Yes.
Will they have their own light bodies?
We get yes.
Cute. And is there anything else you want Sally to know about those other aspects of her?
I get a sense that when they see each other, they'll know each other. When they see each other in the new earth, they'll be familiar with each other somehow. Like they've all shared the same. I can't think of a word. They all shared the same connection and didn't know it. And so then they'll feel it when they're in the new earth.
That's so cute. I love that. Can we send them profound love? And if they do need any releasing of anything that no longer serves them and support and all that fun jazz hand stuff, can we send that to them now?
Yes, we are sending it now.
Thank you. Do they have the same subconscious as Sally?
Yes. It's strange, like they're all like connected.
It's cute though at the same time. Okay, well, thank you so much. So fascinating. I love asking this and learning about this. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, and she did have another question, please, subconscious, about shadow figures. She often would see them moving differently, different than ghosts. And so she said that she saw a tall, skinny one, and then she saw one that was a little bit chubby. She wants to know who they are and why they are the way that they are.
Yes. Where she was working at, there was a huge amount of energy in that building. Many people walked through there, and it was a very emotional area. And so we see like almost like these shadow figures in there, and there was a big one with almost looked like a tall black hat, but it was all like a shadow, and it was in the corner, and it was angry that she saw it because it was trying to attach to one of the people next to her who was lower vibrational and could be easily manipulated. And it didn't like that she saw it because that meant that it was going to not like put up a fight with her, but it knew that she was of light and she demanded it to leave, and she was not afraid of it. And she's getting like these like energies going up her legs right now. She's talking about this. She saw a larger, chubbier one at the hallway as she was going to the break room. And when she went into the break room, it peeked over around the corner at her at the door. and it was also shadow figure, and it had some type of intelligence that she never saw before on a ghost, and it moved differently. And we're getting a sense that it's beings from a different dimension, and they were it's like they try to manipulate human beings, and they were almost like looking at her like she sees us. She's the only one that sees us in here. And they're like almost like what's the word? Tiptoeing, trying to not they didn't want her to stop them, kind of a thing. And she wasn't afraid, more confused. Interesting. It's like they wanted to do something with the people's energies who are low vibrational there. Like they liked it, they were attracted to it.
And subconscious, of those beings still on this dimension or access to this dimension?
They can still have access now. They do manipulate humans. We see someone at a bar drinking. They can manipulate them. They can manipulate those who are extremely in low densities, or yes, low densities, not extremely low, but low densities.
Is this impacting on those people's free will, subconscious, to be impacted this way?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is going against free will. That is correct. It's like the human being that's easily manipulated or that can be manipulated. They don't even, it's like they get these like negative thoughts in their head and they don't know why. So it's like they're kind of like putting like negative thoughts in their heads, make them think differently.
Why is their spiritual teams not stepping in and protecting them and supporting them from this?
We're trying to see why. In a weird way, the human chooses it. How do they choose it? How do they choose it? They allow the negative. How do I say this? So it's like they can like try to manipulate you, but if you know it's a negative word or a thought, it's coming from nowhere, a lot of the time you can brush it off or try and think of something else. Whereas sometimes people will, in a way, accept it, and then they'll go into this like, it's like they keep saying it to themselves over and over. and then believing it and accepting it. So it's like they don't know how to get how to move past it, and spiritual teams are trying to allow it to happen because it's to teach the person to release negative thought patterns, and they are the only ones that are able to do it themselves, and sometimes they allow themselves to be indulged in it too long. So they're easy to manipulate.
Okay, I understand. Subconscious, is there anything that we can do to be able to raise people's vibrations so are easily to be manipulated, or to kind of ask all of those low density beings, these shadow figures, to release all and to leave this dimension? What can we do?
Yes. Let us do that. Yes. Ask them to leave and to release those who are under the manipulation. Do so now.
Thank you. And can I ask that this always occur, that every time someone is being pushed into manipulation or tempted into manipulation of a lower density that no longer serves them, can they always be protected from this?
Yes, that would be very, very helpful. Yes. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. And with much love and appreciation to those shadow figures, I'm sure they deserve their own way of life. But with much respect to humanity and this planet at this time, please can we ask for them to not be in this dimension, as it is an important time. May they find other hobbies.
Yes, we ask you to leave this dimension now. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I'm trusting that all the collectives were supporting us in this choice of our free will.
Yes. Yes, they are proud that we asked.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. And so just privately subconscious, I'm wanting to understand about the solar flash. In your definition, what would you say this solar flash is?
I see an explosion. A huge explosion. Or the sun explosion. Push. Earth. Hits Earth. Explosion. So huge. You just see ripple. Huge.
And so is that how the body of Gaia is dealt with after she has exited and after the old earth experiences?
That is at the very, very, very end. There is no one there. It is empty. It is just quiet. And then explosions.
And do you get a sense of what causes it to explode? What is coming from the sun?
What is coming? What is coming from the sun? It's like something pushes and boom. It's like we're not sure, but we see like what causes that? What is it? We're not getting too thick on this time.
Okay, thank you. I do appreciate that. And I am sorry that I misconfused the information about the laser and the solar flash.
It is quite all right. It's so much information, and much of it can be, well, some of it might not even really be discussed correctly. And sometimes we purposely keep things hidden. So do not worry.
Well, I will make a public correction because I don't want to mislead anyone, especially when straight away I learned and was reminded about the solar flash being the destruction of this planet's body. I guess I'm in denial of that.
It's big. Maybe just feel the waves. It's very big. Lots of energy.
Okay, thank you. Are you able to release all of the energy, if there is any in Sally's body? Can you please release it? I don't want her to hold on to any of that energy. I want her to be able to feel balanced and in peace and in harmony. And I want her to feel really refreshed after this session, please.
Yes, releasing all now.
Thank you so much.